Hey, hey. This is your girl, msyelladiva. I'm bringing you a Real Housewives of Salt Lake City review. Season 5, episode 11, Troop Salt Lake City. All right. If you are new here, welcome. Welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. All right. So, we give lighthearted reviews on your favorite TV shows, movies. If you are ready for laugh and real talk, you're in the right place. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a like, share, and subscribe. And we will begin. All right. So, Heather and Whitney are deciding to arrange a Girl Scout campfire, bonfire, potluck. Yeah, so they invite all the girls, okay, to their campfire, bonfire, potluck. Okay. So Whitney tells Heather that she's proud of her, that she apologized to Bronwyn, and Heather said, I just don't want her to get in between the relationships that I care about. And Heather said, between me and you, I think she's sneaky. And Whitney said, I think y'all just got off on the wrong foot. Fair enough. All right. So Meredith is meeting Mary at the gallery. Okay. Because, Mary threw Meredith out. Well, let's go back. Meredith and Angie were arguing at Mary's house. And Mary said, if y'all not going to quit arguing, you can get out my house. But it came across as, get out my house. We ain't hear none of that, if y'all ain't going to quit arguing all that other stuff. She looked at Meredith and said, get out my house. So Meredith was like, say less. And she got her stuff and left. So now Meredith is trying to extend the olive branch. So they're meeting up at the gallery. Mary is about an hour late. And so Meredith, now why she ain't sit down, she just kept walking around this gallery. I don't know. But but she called her kids, complaining that Mary is late. What they supposed to do? What they supposed to do? Okay. But Mary shows up finally. And but I'm just like, what the kids supposed to do? Call Mary and say, can you get your ass up there? I don't know. I was just wondering. I'm asking for a friend. All right, so Meredith said that she was concerned that all of the things seemed a little out of character last night. And so she said, well, did I or did you? And so she said that she thought that you did. Meredith thought that Mary did, but probably she did as well. And then Mary said, well, why would you think that? Because I did invite you to my house. I've never seen you I never seen you walk out of my home. And so Meredith said, well, I didn't feel welcome in your home. And she said, Angie was coming for me and you jumped on the bandwagon. And so she said, well, what you did, I felt severed our friendship. And you always play the victim. And as if I never take up for you. Okay, so that's what she said. You always play the victim as if I never take up for you. And so, and Meredith was like, well, I extended this olive branch to you and you show up late. And so Mary was like, okay, I'm done. Have a good day. And she walks out. And then while she walking out, she's saying, find a life, a better one than you got. Mary, come here, girl. Y'all lives are both fucked up. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You my girl, Mary. You my girl. I love you. But your life is just as fucked up as Meredith's life, okay? Both of y'all husbands are nowhere to be found. That's the first point, okay? Second point, you got Robert Jr. Okay? And we'll get to that at the end of this episode, okay? So don't throw stones when you live in a glass house, Mary. I'm sorry. I love you. Okay, so Angie and Lisa meet up with their kids at the aquarium. Basically, Lisa says she doesn't want Whitney to influence their relationship. Okay, so she don't want Whitney to influence her relationship with Angie, their relationship. And so, because she said Whitney has come from my marriage and my business. And so Angie said to Lisa that she needs to handle her with kid gloves because she is sensitive coming from her mother, because I think her mother was an alcoholic, and when she gets into her situation, okay, and she has like mood swings and all that other stuff, then she just basically shies away and just, turns into her inner self. And so apparently she says that's what she's doing with Lisa. That she's not, she's not coming for her like she should be coming for when she calling her crazy stuff and hanging up on her and all that other stuff that Sean said that she doing. She just take it and just put it somewhere. Okay. So, whoo. And then Lisa turns on the waterworks again. She get on my nerves with that. You don't cry that much. You don't cry that much. You don't cry that much. Okay? And I don't even care what you had to say when you was crying. So that's why I didn't say anything else. Because you don't cry that much. Stop with the victimization, okay? Because you and Meredith play victim all time, all day, every day. Okay? Both of y'all. So it's the camp day. Mary and Angie riding up. And Mary said Meredith is mad because I was an hour late coming to the gallery. She said, but if Meredith stops renting in Park City and start renting in Salt Lake City, then I will be on time. Mary, why you say she's renting these houses? Why you saying she renting these houses? We know she renting these houses, but I mean, she ain't got to put it out there like that. She said if you stop renting in Park City and renting Salt Lake City, then I could be on time. I'm sorry. Oh, Jesus. And so then, and so she said, Angie was like, yeah, she stormed off, but she ain't forget to take her parting gift. And then Angie said she thought she was gonna take her I guess her Armani statue home with her. And Mary, she said, where's she gonna put it in that Airbnb? Where's she gonna put in that Airbnb? Where's she gonna put it in that Airbnb, Jack? Oh, Mary. Oh, anyway, so she said, I feel like my friendship is one sided. Um, and so Angie was like a lot like Lisa's. So Bronwyn was in the car. And she's in the car with Lisa and Meredith. And Bronwyn said that she was confused about this invitation coming from Whitney and Heather because Whitney has a lot to say about Heather behind her back. And Bronwyn said that she is hearing a lot of hypocrisy behind people's backs. She said she came into this group thinking she was going to do this, and this, and she can't do none of this because it's just people talking about people behind their backs, and so she got to put up or shut up. Basically, I'm just telling that what she said, but I paraphrased it for her. She gonna have to put up or shut up, and she putting up. Hey, then long lost Mealy show up. Moving on. So Brittany said, Brittany was on IG with Jared and Donnie Osmond. Brittany says, I don't know what he does when we are broken up. I have dated 10 guys. 10 guys. While we were broken up. Bronwyn had to look like, what the hell? Yeah. 10 guys. Okay, 10 guys. And she said, dating 10 guys, seriously dating 3. And Lisa was like, not doing anything to any of them. And so Brittany says, well, I do the BYU style. That means giving them a kiss at the end of the day. And then, I guess, in the more Mormon culture, allegedly, is this thing called soaking, where the man sticks his thing into the female and just sits there, not moves. And that's soaking. But that's not sex in the Mormon culture. Allegedly. It's just soaking. I don't know. But Mary said the thing that I said too. I am bored. Can we do something? I I agree wholeheartedly with you, Mary. I am bored. Can we do something else? Because that conversation was stupid. Oh, so they play a sack race and then they eat. All right. So Angie asked Britt, said the Brit, does the bishop know that you drink? And so Brittany said yes. And so she said, but you publicly shame me for bringing you a bottle of wine, but then you thank me in a text. And Mary said, yeah, because she's two-faced. Why why don't we refer back to manners and etiquette? And so Brittany said, yeah, but you uh but you asked Meredith to leave your house. And Mary said, I'm not talking to you, shut up. And Meredith was like, that's not manners. But you know how Meredith talk. That's not manners. I'm not talking to you, shut up, bitch. That's what she wanted to say. But Mary ain't ghetto like I am. Mary ain't ghetto like I am. They never would want me on the show. Because if you go low, I go to HE double hockey sticks, okay? I'll talk about your greasy grandmammy, okay? And wouldn't think anything about it. So they would never want me on the show. Okay. But she said, I'm not talking to you, shut up. Okay. And then Meredith was like, that's not manners. And then Mary's like, I know I do know manners and etiquette, but I was talking to both of you that you could leave if you didn't stop talking. And didn't you find that rude by talking? And so Meredith was like, no. And she said, well, if you think you're right, then what if you think you were right in what you did, then we can move on. She was like, I can't get nowhere with you. So then Whitney, of course, throws a dagger talking about, Meredith can hold a grudge for sure. She's playing the Lisa game. Go, Whitney. Go, Whitney. So Lisa get mad talking about, Heather, why don't you ask Bronwyn what Whitney said behind your back? Okay, then Bronwyn had to get into it. And Whitney was like, well, what did I say about Heather? What did I say? And she said, well, Bronwyn was like, well, you feel like that Heather won't have your back because she's trying to be friends. She would rather be friends with Lisa. And of course, Heather was like, well, Whitney has always felt like that. And that's her feelings. Girl, shut that fuck up. Ooh, Heather, you make me sick. Okay. And so, Angie, then said, Brahma said, well, can anybody really be friends with Lisa? And Brahma was like, no, that's not true. You two were talking shit about Lisa. And she said yeah, she said you two were talking shit about Lisa and how she fucked you over, and you warned me that it was gonna happen to me. And so Lisa was like, no, Angie was like, when did I say Lisa fucked me over? What did I say? And so so She said, she said, you need to borrow Meredith's hearing aids so you can hear. And so Bronwyn was like, I don't need Meredith's hearing aids. I got two right here. And Meredith was like, that's kind of offensive. Wow. I'm sorry. Making fun of impairments. Wow. Wow. That's kind of offensive. Wow. So Brown was talking to Lisa. She said, "You have come repeatedly for everyone, but I said I didn't see that side of you." And then Lisa said, "You won't see it. You won't see that side of me. That and that is a Whitney. That's a lie from Whitney." And so Mary was like, "But it's true." Mary, get in the fight. Mary, get in the fight. Put up your dukes. Put up your dukes. Get your guns loaded. Okay? Get your guns loaded. But it's true. You talk behind people's back all the time. You are the fakest person I've ever seen in life. Everything comes out of your mouth is a lie. You have a shopper in Milan. And then Lisa was like, "You still talking about that outfit? I do have a shopper in Milan. I was sitting in the front row next to Sarah Jessica Parker and Kim Kardashian." I like to see that picture, please. I'm quite sure they got a picture of that. Please send me that pic. Okay? Please send me that pic. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Okay? And even if I did believe you, and if you were sitting between or next to somewhere close by Sarah Jessica Parker and Kim Kardashian, you still didn't buy that outfit off the runway. You bought it at Bergdorf's just like Mary bought it at Bergdorf's. Don't act like you didn't, okay? Don't act like you didn't, okay? Don't act. You ain't buy that. Nope. I believe it when I see it. Believe it when I see it. She said, "You wore my outfit." Brahma was like, "Listen." She said, Mary was like, I wore it better and on TV, and you just wore it around my house. She was like, "Top your shade. I am here for it, Mary. I am here for it." All right now. Mary was like, you get your hot mess, and and Meredith, you a hot mess too. Mm-hmm. Okay. And they get frustrated and they get mad and they leave. Meredith Shabbat dinner. Jared shows up with Brittany. Nobody care. Heather is talking to Meredith's children, adult children, about soaking and jumping. And the soaking is when the male puts his in the female and just sits there, and then somebody jump on the bed. So we all perverted now to make the motion. We all perverted now. I don't know what y'all doing over there in this Mormon society. Okay. Y'all should just do it. Just get it over. Y'all should just do it. And just lie about it like everybody else do. Like everybody else do. Just lie. I'm a virgin. Okay, just lie. What's the problem? What's the problem? Just lie like Christians do. Christians and Muslims and everybody else do. Jewish people, all of them. All of us lie to say that we're virgin when we're not. Okay? What's the problem? Just lie until you get pregnant. Now that's something totally different. Okay, that's something totally different. But if you don't get pregnant, you just lie and say you ain't a virgin. I mean, you're a virgin. What's the problem? I mean, you doing all this. You got somebody jumping on the bed while you trying to move. No, no, no. And since the male ain't getting none, he probably come click. He probably could come when he sit in there. Just sit in there. He probably come in that. You take it too much. You take it too much. And if he ain't got none, you taking too much chances. You taking too much chances. Because if you just sitting there and then somebody no, you take too you can take a chance if you want to. I just take the chance on just doing what you need to do. Anyway, so Lisa and John show up. Bronwyn and Todd show up. Todd said he did a background check on Bronwyn. Heather said, did the BYU expulsion come up? He said, yeah, it did. And so, at the camp, Angie said they got real mad and they didn't want me to tell you. Bronwyn said at the camp that Angie got real mad and she didn't want me to tell you about the stuff she says. She said, but everybody talks behind each other's backs. But when you're in a good place, it's just well and good, and you laugh it off, and it's just cheeky. She said, but when you're not in a good place, then you mean and you it's hurtful, and that's the God's honest truth. That's for everything. Everybody talk about each other behind their back. And then Brown was saying, because I can be a real snarky bitch. And then Todd was like, don't say that. And everybody got quiet. And so she's like, it's not ever been untrue, whether you like it or not. Oh, it's been true, whether you like it or not. So basically everything she said is true, whether you like it or not. Okay. So Mary goes to Robert Jr. and talks to him in his room about what's going on. This was very hard to get through, only because my son is close to his age. And I kept putting myself in Mary's position, trying to talk to my son. If he had a drug problem, thank you, Jesus, he does not. As far as I know, he does not. He has a video game addiction. I had to add some kind of humor to that. He does have a video game addiction, okay? But he does not, as far as I know, have a drug addiction. I don't even think he takes. I mean, he didn't. Matter of fact, he hadn't taken his Adderall since he was probably about 13, 14. Yeah, I don't think he even takes his Adderall anymore. He had to take it, to get some focus in class. But, as he got older, he grew out of it. And, and he always called me saying, Mama, what should I take? What should I take? I don't know what I need to take. So I really don't think he has a drug problem nor alcohol problem. But that's neither here nor there. I just put myself in her position to I don't know what I would say if I was in that position, but she did a very very good job. Kudos to you. Kudos to you, Mary, about handling this as well as you did. All right. So Mary goes to his room, and so she said, "What's going on?" He says, "I, I, I," because she said, "You've been sleeping, a lot and everything like that." He said, I have been taking, well, I took basically Adderall. No, he took Xanax. He took some Xanax, and then he took some Adderall to kind of knock the effects of the Xanax up. And so Mary was like, "What's the problem? Are you unhappy?" And he said, "Life is like unseasoned chicken. And when I'm high, it added seasoning to it." Yeah. Mm. And so Mary said, "Well, when did it start?" He said, at 16. He said he started with the natural stuff like weed and edibles and stuff like that. And then he went to a party and they gave him some Xanax. And then he liked the effect of Xanax. And then he started mixing it with stuff like acid, Molly, and cocaine and oxy. And then he said he took about 10 oxy and he couldn't even feel it. Now, I don't know if he couldn't feel himself, like he couldn't feel anything, like, or he couldn't feel it as in he didn't get high. I don't know. I wouldn't try to ask anyway. So Mary said, "I'm not going to judge you. I can try to help you, but you gotta want to help yourself." Then she said, "But I'm not going to support it." So she drew a line in the sand. I'm not going to support it. I'm not, I'm not, basically. And she said, "Because you will die." And then he said, "I wanted to die at the time." And so Mary just broke down in tears. She was like, "That would kill me." And she said, he just felt like he was a stain on this world. And if it wasn't for her, that he, he wanted to live for her, basically. "You are the only reason why I didn't kill myself." That's what he said. And Mary just lost it. She said, I love you more than anything in this world. And I agree. And she said, I think I love you more than your dad. She said, "Don't tell your dad I said that." I said, I be thinking the same thing. But yeah, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. She said, "You were the only thing that made me happy." She said, "I was never happy until I had you." And she said, "But I need you to recognize it, to own it, and to change it because you can." Mary, kudos to you for that whole conversation. Kudos to you. I give you all the applause. All the applause. Yeah, that last part of the episode was very hard to get through, but I got through it. And this is still your girl, Miss Yelladiva. Give me a like, share, and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.